What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants. No hate. So, I watched an interview with Eddie Hearn. Now, Eddie Hearn said that AJ versus Daniel Dubois isn't etched in stone yet. You know, they're still working on the deal. Now, we talked about the possible matchup, and we do want to see that fight. Now, I look at it like this. I don't know what the holdup is or, you know, the situation with the negotiations. I don't know. Eddie Hearn didn't really detail anything. But here's the reality. This is a fight that people do want to see. Now, I favor AJ to win. I think he should knock out Daniel Dubois. You know, I like Daniel Dubois as a fighter. Always have. Always like AJ as a fighter. But if both of these guys are on point, both sharp, ready to go, AJ all day. AJ should stop. He should stop Dubois. But here's the thing. Tyson Fury's on his last leg. Dubois has made a statement, and he's shown that, you know, he's a good fighter. He belongs there. There's still levels between the top guys. And truthfully, now that he's beaten, you know, won his last fight, well, that pushes, put him in a different bracket of respect for people to look at him and say, you know what, he got the job done. You know, whether you thought he could or not, whether you were skeptical, whether you believed that he was going to win. However, you know, when he beat Urkovich, it put him in a different, in a different lane now. And most people thought we'd be seeing Urkovich versus, Usyk, Anthony Joshua. But you see how confident Urkovich spoke about beating Dubois and beating Anthony Joshua, and that they're not on his level. That's what I always tell you guys. Fighters have gotten to this point where now Urkovich didn't say, try to insinuate there's no need for the fight to happen because he'll beat both of them. He just basically was, in my opinion, like overconfident, period, about beating them because I never saw Urkovich as any special fighter. He's he's tough. He can take a beating, when he comes to fight. But that's really, all it comes down to with Urkovich with me. I don't see him as like a really highly skilled guy. He's tough. He comes to fight. He can put punches together when he wants to. Let his hands go. And he's a good fighter. But that's it. He's a good fighter. Not great. Not someone that I see where he's going to step in and going to be the next big thing. I never saw him like that. Now, at the end of the day, a lot of people thought Urkovich was going to win. So, the fact that he was such a heavy favorite against Dubois, I don't know what the betting odds was or whatever. I don't. But, I mean, just like for listening to people's responses about the fight and their opinions, most people thought that Urkovich was going to be too much and that, Dubois was going to gas out. So, for him to win that fight, and you know what I mean? It didn't take 2-3 fights. That one fight, people are going, okay, Dubois is official. So, you have to give the man his credit. But it goes to show you how no matter how much they try to hate on a fighter, they try to, belittle a fighter because they have ups and downs in their career. It just goes to show you, though, how fickle the boxing community is and how people just flip-flop back and forth with who is and who isn't. Because right now, if you listen to most people talk, they're telling you AJ by knockout. And I'm not talking about just the people that normally was in AJ's corner. I'm talking about the people that was saying AJ's trash, he's washed up, he's overrated, he's a hype job. Now, all of a sudden, they're saying AJ by knockout. So, just like that, you see what I'm saying? And with the Franklin fight, with the Helenius fight, people was definitely looking at AJ like, all right, and the start of it was against Usyk, because people expected AJ to perform much better than he did, even if he was to lose. But at the same time, going into there, a lot of people looked at AJ's size and power, and they felt like, he should get Usyk out of there. And I got to tell you guys, skills pay the bills, and people was underestimating Usyk. So I think that with Dubois, where he stands now, and AJ bouncing back, you're always going to have these people that flip-flop. But for the most part, people are looking at the fights more realistically now. You know what I mean? Between these three people. For these three individuals. Because, AJ bounced back and showed, nah, I'm still here. Usyk showed, no, I can hang with these big, stronger guys. I can hang with them. And Dubois showed, yeah, I had my setbacks, but I belong here as well. So those three right now, I feel like people are going to look at it more realistic. Now, let's just say if Anthony Joshua last fight would have been against Robert Helenius. You understand what I'm saying? Or let's just say, let's just say that. People would probably be picking Dubois to win. You see what I mean? But AJ bounced back and showed you, no, I'm back. I slipped. I went through my ups and downs, and I'm back. I had my downside. I'm back now. So this doesn't mean going forward that people are going to be more realistic with how they see things and be more fair about it. But at least in this situation, they're looking at it differently. Because when it comes to now, once again, we're not talking about these idiot fanboys and these delusional people that just want to see people lose. We're talking about people just being honest about where they see a particular fight. Doesn't mean we're all going to have the same opinion, but at least now you don't see people saying Dubois is a bum. You can't call him a bum and then not call Urkovich a bum. You understand what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. And then people really thought that Urkovich was going to come in here, slide in and win. So if this fight does take place, and one thing I was thinking about is too, and I'm not saying that this is the case because I don't know, but Frank Warren saying he has confidence in Dubois. No, he might not be as confident as he try to pretend. We know people, their egos get the best of them. They try to make you think that, they're not worried. But it's because, like I said, Fury's on his last leg. And when you look at where Dubois stands right now, Dubois is he's in a great position right now. Now, a loss to AJ will bring all of that to an end. Not with just the loss, but the loss of his title and his positioning, right? So, also in a loss, depending on how you lose, will determine how people still see you, but so it could be over just like that. So I don't know what's going on, but if that fight doesn't happen in September, you still might see Dubois in a co-main event position against someone else, because it might be, let me hold on to Dubois for a minute, because people talk all that, my fighter beat this fighter, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying that this is exactly what's happening, because I don't know that, but I'm saying it could possibly be a situation where that's on Frank Warren's mind. Now, Dubois more than likely want that fight, but a lot of times management will say, hey, you don't need this fight right now. Think about it. Make some money. Don't rush. Make some money. You have more time. You're only in your mid-20s, man. Make some money. And then maybe that fight doesn't happen right away. So, and you look at the way it happened, things happened. When we heard AJ would be fighting, and back in the UK, it's like a homecoming. Nobody knew who the opponent was going to be. So when Dubois looked good and stopped Urkovich, it was like, well, we were talking about AJ versus Urkovich at some point, right? So it makes all the sense in the world that this fight happens. I hope it does happen. That's a fight I wouldn't mind seeing, definitely. That's definitely a fight I want to see. But just saying, you never know what happens in business, man. And believe me, like I said, the management have to tell the fighters, hey, relax, man, we got this. Right? Like I said, make some money. And they'll talk trash, but it'll be they'll be the reason that certain fights don't happen. Not to duck. Well, yeah, in a way, it's more like, look, management. These people know. The fighters know. It's a possibility that they can lose. They know that. So it's more like strategic planning on. It's not like let's wait another 5-6 years. No, just hey, another 2 fights or something like that or whatever. Because if AJ was to lose and Dubois is winning, that doesn't hurt Dubois. Beating AJ would solidify this dude. You understand what I mean? So it's like, bottom line, they look for vulnerabilities. They look for, the possibility of a fighter not being the same and things like that. So yeah, in a way, it is ducking. But what I'm saying, and it's not like Dubois can't say no. I want this fight. So like I said, even when managers, and they do that often, but even when managers do that, my point is, it's not like it's one thing for a fighter to constantly like just say, for example, if you take a Lomachenko, Gervonta Tank Davis situation, where this is a fight that could have happened years ago, and people was blaming Floyd and blaming Leonard Ellerbe and Al Heyman and everybody else, and it's like, no. Especially when you hear Tank say he controls his career, he does what he wants, and Leonard Ellerbe says it's all on Tank. This Tank's called Tank. Tank decides who he wants to fight. Okay, but then you hear Tank say at the end of the Frank Martin fight, there's no one particular fight I want. It's whoever they pick for me, and you know what I'm saying, and then that's who I fight. You're the one said you've taken control of your career. Remember, I remade the video saying, now Tank out of his own mouth and Leonard Ellerbe out of his own mouth said Tank called the shots. Right? Okay. And Tank, nobody can make Tank an offer. Tank makes the offers. So now you're flip-flopping. 1 minute, you're in control. It's about who you want to fight. The next minute, it's who your team wants you to fight. So, and between him and Lomachenko, this is a fight that could have and should have happened years ago. This is not the case between Dubois and AJ. Now, has Dubois been mentioning AJ's name and saying that he wants to fight AJ? Yes. When you have 2 fighters in the same stable, you don't hear guys really say too much about each other, because that's like, hey man, we should be making money fighting these other guys from other promotions. There's enough room for us all, enough food for all of us to eat. Relax. But yeah, because you don't hear Dubois calling out Fury. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear him calling Fury's name. You don't hear Fury calling out Dubois' name. But yeah, we'll see what's going to happen. Hopefully that fight does happen. But if it's not Dubois may end up fighting on that undercard. And here's the thing: the same way. What if Dubois lose? Right? You always that possibility is always there. But the thing is, this is what you signed up for. This is boxing. Okay, the only one that can seal the deal as far as you winning is you. So either you're gonna win or you're gonna lose, and it's just that. But yeah, this fight is not etched in stone yet. It's not official yet. But yeah, man, that would be a great fight to see in September. And hey, I want to enjoy my summer, so I can't wait. Yeah, I can goddamn wait. Yeah, I'm not gonna rush my summer for AJ or Darren Dubois, whoever is on that card. But yeah, that's definitely a fight to look forward to. So we'll see how things play out, in the next couple of weeks or so. Anyway, tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.